Good morning, hockey fans. This is Stephen Heisler with HeisHockey.com, the Victorious Hockey Company, and the Junior Hockey Discussion Group on Facebook. This is your your junior hockey morning show. Today is Thursday, March 9th, 2023. Today's topic, North American Hockey League South Division. Wrapping up our four-part series Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today is Thursday. That's 4. It's going to be a good day today. Going to get a haircut, see Joanna. Joanna's mean to me. She beats me up. Makes me look stupid. Not really. She's a good haircut lady. Sport clips. Now she's doing some things on her own. Very nice. All right. North American Hockey League South. Life in the NAHL South Division has always been a bit complicated, and the 22-23 season has not been an exception to that rule. The Oklahoma Warriors' hold on the division's top spot has shrunk to just 6 points after playing 3 straight games against second place Lone Star, allowing the Brahmas to close the gap with a pair of wins at the other end of the spectrum. El Paso and Corpus Christi are already making plans for next year, while Odessa is having a difficult time trying to make up ground on the 2 teams ahead of them in the quest for playoff positioning, Amarillo and New Mexico. We'll start the report with the South Division's Oklahoma Warriors, 37-9-0-1. Will Garrett Roth and the Warriors look back at the last 3 games and think that's where the wheels fall off? Losing 2 or 3 home games to the Brahmins is always going to be a letdown. But allowing Lone Star to get that 5th point with a shootout loss, yikes. The good news is that Corpus Christi visits OKC this weekend. That should be an easy 4 points. A team the Warriors have beaten in all 6 games played this year. Can the Warriors hold on and win the division? Sure, they can. But I don't think it's going to matter, because the psychological advantage, home ice advantage, was lost when the Brahmas did what they did this past weekend. Did the Warriors peak too early? Can they get their mojo back? Let's answer that question in a few weeks. The Brahmas, Lone Star, always near the top. 32-11, 2-5, 704 win percentage. Dan Wildfunk's Brahmas have a way of living rent-free in the heads of any team from Wichita Falls or now Oklahoma. The 5-point takeaway from the 3 games in OKC was epic and proved to themselves that once again, they got this. The next 4 games are all against New Mexico starting next week at NYTEX before moving to Albuquerque the following week. That'll be a battle. Number 3, Shreveport Mudbugs. Again, the cream rises to the top. 27-14, 2-5, 635 win percentage. Jason Campbell and the Mudbugs are the hottest team in the division with a 7-1-0-2 record in the last 10 games. Shreveport made it look easy in the sweep at Corpus, and Amarillo visits the Pond this weekend. Expectations are riding high. Yes, the Bugs are back. They'll probably end up playing Lone Star in the first round of the playoffs, and we know it doesn't matter what team is better than the other. When those 2 get together, it's always going to be a war. In that series, the goalies can make all the difference. Who's hot and who's not? So which of those 2 teams will advance? It doesn't really matter. If Lone Star advances, I think they win. Again, if Shreveport advances, they've had a little more problems with the Warriors this year. Going to be a good series. It's going to be excellent playoffs. Not going to say that our number 4 team is even going to be there. Could be there. New Mexico Ice Wolves are 28-18-2. 28-18-2-1. Phil Fox and the Ice Wolves split an important series at Odessa as their 4th place lead over Amarillo shrunk to just 6 points with 2 more games played than Mahood's crew. New Mexico is in El Paso on Sunday before visiting Lone Star March 17-18. 3 teams are all fighting for that 4th spot right now. New Mexico, Amarillo, and somewhat Odessa. This next few weeks will tell us what's going to happen. New Mexico is sitting in position now. Amarillo's really biting at their heels. We'll talk about that now. The Wranglers are 25-19-2-1. 564 win percentage. Is it too little too late for Harry Mahood's Wranglers? Winners in 4 straight games. Asterisk, Corpus Christi and El Paso. The Wranglers visit Shreveport this week before going to Oklahoma for 3 games, March 16, 17, and 18. What are the chances that Amarillo's win streak is still going after the OKC visit? I'll tell you, slim and none. Playoffs? I don't see it. Golf plans? I see that. Harry Mahood, as a coach, his time is long gone. Those guys don't make it anymore. Those guys are not the ones having success in this league now, are they? Number 6, Odessa Jackalopes, 24-21-2, 543 win percentage. Scott Dewar's Jacks really want to scratch and fight their way into the playoffs. The weekend home battle with New Mexico may not have ended the way they want, split, but they have to like their chances against El Paso and Corpus over the next few weeks. Those are easy points. Those should be 8 points in those 2 weeks, presenting the perfect chance to chip away at the Ice Wolves' hold on 4th place. Notice we don't even worry about Amarillo because they're playing Oklahoma City 3 games, and they can't win that. Number 7, El Paso Rhinos. 13-30, 3-1, 319 win percentage. When the Rhinos were first announced that they were joining the North American Hockey League, I just laughed. You see, their success in the old Western States Hockey League was always tied to recruiting advantages and selling players to other teams after collecting the money and replacing them with new players coming out of Europe or Canada or even the North American Hockey League. And those guys could essentially play for free. Had all the trick they had there. Sign a bunch of guys, get a bunch of money, sell those guys for more money, get new guys to replace the guys you sold. Worked a lot. El Paso won a lot of WSHL championships with that equation in mind. That system worked most of the time. When others started doing the same thing, trying to, the word integrity was erased from the equation. So I knew this club was going to struggle as part of the North American Hockey League, where everybody is playing for free. If anything, the stench of El Paso's reputation as a gong show on the Corey Herman has been difficult to erase. Last year's head coach, Anthony Bone, ended up being the fall guy for a ton of exceptionally bad choices made by inexperienced general manager Corey Heon, who also was Corey Herman's best friend. It's difficult to cover up the stink of a dead animal in an old building. And God knows that new bench ball boss, there you go, Joe Coombs has been going over the place like a fine-tooth comb in an effort to turn that program around. Add Steve Jennings to the mix, And it's easy to see that El Paso has an entirely new problem. Too many folks trying to tinker with the equation. Let's be clear. Combs did not need Jennings in Rio Grande Valley, Philadelphia, or Jamestown. He certainly did not need Heon or Herman either. He's always been able to get that job done the old-fashioned way. Hard work and scaring the snot out of the players. Well, nobody is buying the baloney now. Amarillo made it look easy over the weekend. The once mighty Rhinos are still trying to get over the curse of Kirill Romanov. Hey, Corey, Herman, bring the Russian in as an assistant coach. Break the curse. Say you're sorry. Apologize. You did the kid wrong. Those Russians got some weird black magic going on, clearly, because you guys can't get over the hump. You killed the WSHL with that BS. Killed it. Gone. There's a reason why all those guys left. All those other teams left. They get away from you. Number 8, Corpus Christi Ice Rays. 10-32-6-0. Sylvain Cloutier and the Ice Rays are mailing it in. I'm not sure the team can recover from the mess. Yes, one horrendous decision after another may have just doomed this once and proud hockey team and community. The Ice Rays were swept at home by Shreveport and are now 1-8-1 in the last 10 games going into this week's visit to Oklahoma. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. Time for my expansion sister, Colorado Grit. What a great name. Want some grits and eggs for breakfast? Sound good? The Grit are signing tenders and doing their best impression of an active and knowledgeable North American Hockey League team. Let's take a look at that knowledge part. David Clarkson is a good hockey guy, but what does he know about the NAHL, the South Division, and what it takes to be successful here? Steve Haddon claims to have helped 100 players reach NCAA and professional hockey in 10 years. Can we see that list? 100? 10 a year? From 2013, 2014 to 2019-20, they were part of the WSHL. And then another 4 seasons as part of the USPHL Premier. Seriously, folks, I want to see that list. Someone break that down for me. Go over to the rosters of the Colorado Eagles and Northern Colorado Eagles and show me 100 players going on the pro hockey or NCAA hockey. Notice not ACHA, NCAA. Seriously. And anybody that he recruits and he uses that line, you guys need to ask him, can I see that list, please? Who are those players? Haddon has already told one of our clients that he doesn't like players with advisors. Well, that limits your pool dramatically, coach. Why don't you like that? Why would you not like a player that's informed about his options? Without an NA experienced guy on the staff, the Grit are going to be a case of the blind leading the blind. That's absolutely the case. They better get someone that knows what the heck's going on, or this will be worse than the first year of the Northeast Generals. All right. Look at that, Tommy, right on time. Listen, enjoy your morning coffee.